And it read, "We can see you." We can see you? Who is we and who is you? What do you mean the window in the shower is see-through?
Hey guys, welcome back to No Cap Just Yap.
We're your hosts. That's Selena, and I'm Esther. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to see you this morning, Selena.
Yes. How's your morning been?
Yeah, not bad. I got my drink from Dunkin'. I got a matcha with strawberry cold foam. The strawberry cold foam is really good. It's like a Barbie collab that they're doing. I don't know why they're doing it now.
Yeah, wasn't the Barbie like 2 years ago? Like that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it was on my birthday when
You know what?
Oppenheimer dropped. The same day those two dropped. Yeah,
Yo, those were
but
two bangers. Two bangers.
right immediately crazy. I
Yeah.
didn't watch either of them though.
What? Girl.
Yeah.
You didn't watch Oppenheimer? I'm shocked by that. You need to see that.
No. Yeah, I need to see it. But the cold foam is so good. The matcha is not that good, but it's fine.
I mean, it's Dunkin', no offense.
It's Dunkin'. Yeah. How was your morning?
Oh my gosh, my morning was kind of crazy. So basically, I was in deep sleep. I think it was like maybe like 7 or 8 in the morning, which is a little bit before my alarm goes off, you know? So I was sleeping and suddenly I'm hearing my doorbell go off, but it's not just like a ding dong, it's like a ding. Like it literally felt like someone was spamming my doorbell. You know how people would like ding dong ditch as a kid? It felt like someone was like repeatedly like slamming my doorbell. At first I was like, wait, what is that sound? It was very faint in my consciousness, but then it started getting louder and louder and it like, you know, even faster. So then I was like, let me go see what's going on. So I'm walking downstairs and I'm like getting scared. In my head, I'm like, okay, either it's Jehovah's Witness, two, it's like a package. I didn't even order anything, but maybe it's a delivery guy or something, you know? And then it's like, yo, what if it's a serial killer? Because why do I always have a feeling that I'm gonna like come into my house from I think I watched too many documentaries. Oh my gosh.
No, I would think the same thing. If someone's knocking on my door like that, anytime someone knocks on my door, I automatically tiptoe to the door and peek in the peephole to make sure it's not a serial killer.
No, literally. So I walked down. I had like a little window and I lift up the shade like a little bit and I'm peeking through and I see my dad, bro. I was like, oh my gosh. I was so scared. And it was my father the whole time who was probably panicking. So then I opened the door and I'm like, hey, like what happened? And he's like, oh, I left my phone in the house. So I couldn't call you. And I was like, oh my gosh, he was probably freaking out. And I don't even know how long he was standing there because like I only heard maybe part of it, but he probably was ringing it like gently in the beginning. And I didn't hear it because I was asleep. So anyway, I'm relieved, guys. It was just like a very hard way to wake up. I got launched right into like a fear.
Here. That type of stuff would never happen in college. No one's knocking on your door at 7 a.m. at your dorm room.
No, literally, college was such a crazy time. Esther and I lived at dorms that were right next to each other. So a lot of times I would come over and we would get like a Wally sandwich and we would just like watch a movie or just yap. Or the other way, she would come and I would always cook for her and I would host. So that was so fun.
That was really fun. I loved college life.
Thinking back, I was thinking about this earlier, like my celebrity sightings, because I had a couple in college.
Bro, Boston is kind of notorious for that. Low key. Why is everyone in Boston and why do you bump into everyone?
I know, even the people you don't want to see, you're going to see them at some point. The ops are around the corner, I'm telling you. You can't escape. It's a small city, so you're going to see the same faces. Even if you guys go to different schools, you'll bump into each other at some point in the year.
Yep.
So my first crazy story is from my freshman year. Basically, I was with my friend, and back when I was a freshman, I had a lot of energy. I was always up late doing random like side quests, exploring Boston, you know? So it was 1 a.m. The only thing that opens that late is like insomnia cookies, you know? So like I was at my friend's campus because she went to Emerson. So we were both at her insomnia cookie. We had ordered our box of cookies and we went outside. And then all of a sudden my friend's like freaking out and I'm like, what? And I look over and it's Dylan Minnette from the Wallows.
Bro.
He was literally sitting there with like his entire band eating at a bar next door. And I literally have a clip of us like interacting with him because we were like, you want a cookie? And he was like, no, I'm good. It was so funny. But it was crazy. I got a selfie with him. Well, we all did. We got a selfie with him through the window. But he was so nice.
Cool. That's so nice. I went to a Wallows concert on campus.
Really?
Did you
There's
know that?
no way.
Yeah.
My roommate loves Nancy was so jealous when I told her because she loved the Wallows.
I could have sworn I saw Nancy there. Maybe I made that up.
Oh, she was definitely there. She was like a big fan at the time.
Yeah, I saw her at the concert. I thought it was pretty fun. And you know when they played their popular song, we were all standing up like
Yes. Oh, I love the free concerts. I miss that about college.
Right?
That was so great. Speaking of celebrities, though, didn't you see Zendaya at work?
Bro, I
Oh my
wish I
god.
saw Zendaya. When I was working at Blank Street, there's a group chat on Slack, and 1 hour before my shift, they send a picture, and it's a picture of one of my coworkers, and the other picture is Zendaya. So it's a B reel, and Zendaya's in her B reel,
No
bro.
way.
At Blank Street, I'm literally flabbergasted. I'm like, my shift is in 1 hour. You're telling me Zendaya was at my workplace and I
No,
wasn't there?
literally. Like, the one day, the 1 hour you're not there, of course, that's when Zendaya comes, like, oh,
Literally. It was when she and Robert Pattinson were filming for the drama, which is insane. They're filming in Boston.
no, literally right
I
near our
walked past
school.
literally I walked past their set when I was on my way to church one day and I was like keeping my eyes peeled like where are they at? Where are they at? But I
At
didn't see
Blank
them.
Street, apparently, when you weren't there.
So unfortunate. Unfortunate. One day.
I know. It happens. That means that one day you'll bump into her another time.
That's what
It
I'm
just wasn't meant
thinking.
to be that one day, you know? I love Zendaya, she's
Exactly.
amazing.
Yeah, she seems so nice. My coworkers are telling me that she's really humble and nice in person. She's really quiet and everything. So that if I was a celebrity, that's the type of celebrity I'd want to be.
She's like a baddie in every aspect, you know? Like, she's like
Yeah, I
super
really
cool and
like her.
smart and talented, but I think what makes her really cool is like she's very humble and down to earth from what I've heard,
Mhm.
which is why I love her even more, you know?
Exactly.
Okay, so outside the celebrity sightings, so a lot of things we did revolved around, like, hanging out, right? In the city, we would go to TJ Maxx a lot. We would get
Oh yeah.
matchas. Oh, man. The city life was so great because we lived right by Newbury Street, and that's literally, like, the Times Square of Boston, right? So anytime we wanted, we could just step out our door. There'd be 10 boba shops to choose from. We would
Yeah.
literally just go shopping whenever, like, oh, money was spent in Boston. Oh my gosh.
Money
I
was
don't regret it
spent.
at all, but it was so much fun.
It was worth it every single time.
And you live by Westland, right? I remember, like, was it junior year? And, like, I remember I would have to walk pretty far because I lived all the way across campus, but you live very close to Newbury area.
I did. So, Westland, I loved Westland.
Mhm.
Okay? And this was during I lived in Westland during my co-op. So, working in a hospital, I always felt dirty coming home from work. But I'm a morning shower, so I have to shower in the morning. So I was showering twice in a day, right? There was a window in the shower at Westland. The window faces the courtyard, and I thought the window looked fogged to me. I thought the window was fully fogged.
I don't like where this is
Maybe
going.
maybe the window wasn't fully fogged. So the curtain was opened. I mean, the blinds were open. I'm
Mhm.
showering twice a day. So, for about a week and a half. Tell me why I come home one day and my friend was living with me for like a couple weeks because she needed a place to stay.
Mhm.
And tell me why she's like, "Yeah, I found this note on the door." And I was like, "What note?" And it read like, "We can see you. We can see you. Who is we and who is you?" Because literally, what do you mean the window in the shower is see-through? Who builds a shower that way? A full window. The window is here. The window is here. Who?
I remember when that happened, you were texting me and freaking out. I mean, I would be too. I literally think I would have moved out, not gonna lie. I would've been like, "Alright, last day, goodbye. Not
With
not
these
living
types
here
of
no more."
I just had to I just had to tell myself that what they were saying wasn't actually what they meant, and I pushed it out of my brain. So, yeah, and there's families living in Westland too. It's not only college kids. So, I think that makes it worse. So,
Imagine a little kid's like, "Mommy?"
oh,
No, I'm just kidding.
no.
"Mommy, I think that's someone's butt."
No, they don't it wasn't that low of a window. Thank God. At
Okay,
least it wasn't
okay.
that. But
Oh,
like
that would've been
it was
crazy.
here. It was here, like from here to like my mid stomach.
Heck no, bro.
So, living in Boston was great, but why is there a window in my shower?
Yeah, literally. No, 'cause I lived at, a dorm freshman year, but I was on the 2nd floor, and it was
Mhm.
facing directly to one of our dining halls. But basically, like, every time we changed and stuff, we would have to keep the blinds down because if we didn't, we always joke, like, "Free show," if we left the blinds up, because you literally could see into our entire dorm from the dining hall.
Oh my
It's
god.
kinda crazy. I don't know who thought of that when they designed it, but
Right?
they didn't think that through.
They should have tinted the windows, okay? I think all city windows should be tinted, but that's just my
Agree.
opinion.
100%. Yeah, we have some, like, actually crazy stories from college. Just in the city, like, there's always something going on, you know? There's always
Mhm.
another event, there's always, like, some recital because we were right by Berkeley School of Music, so there's always music playing everywhere. And then also dance was a big thing at our school, and especially among my friends, like, we all were in different dance groups. Well, not different, me and Esther and our other friends were in the same one, but Esther's roommate was in, like, a really, like,
Oh, yeah.
really, really, really good dance group.
She was in the top dance group, bro. Like, let me tell you, we knew she would make it in because she's awesome like that. Shout
Yeah,
out
she was
Noelle.
so cool.
But, like, it was so exciting going to her, dance performances because we knew they were gonna eat. Like, there was no other option but for them to eat. They were hip hop dance performances, and it was so cool. In the dance group I was in with Selena and our
Uh-huh.
other friends, it was a low-key,
Yeah, low
chill
key one.
dance group, which is perfect for me because I'm not at the level where I can audition for a crazy dance group. But it was really fun. The first hip hop dance I did was to Billie it wasn't a Billie Eilish song. It was a song talking about Billie Eilish.
Mm. Oh, yes, I remember that. It was so fun to watch.
It was a hip hop one. The song was like black top, big t-shirt Billie
Billie
Eilish.
Eilish, yes, I remember that.
Yeah. Mhm.
Dude, you ate down in that performance. I remember watching it.
Thank
I watched it in
you.
between my dances, so that was really cool. That dance community is so supportive, I love them. I feel like dance could be a very toxic space because I grew up in the dance
Mhm.
world. It could tend to have this culture where everyone wants to be better than another, so then there's not
Yeah.
good sportsmanship, but I feel like in our group, for some reason, like, everyone was very supportive, and that's what made me stay, and I think that's
Mhm.
also kind of what drew you guys to the group too, because they were very
Exactly.
kind, and we have people of all levels and people who have never danced before, and then other
Mhm.
people who were, like, competitive dancers growing up.
Yeah, it was great because there weren't auditions. You just selected the dances you wanted and ranked them, and then they would place you, which is that's my style. Okay? I don't wanna
Yes.
audition to get into a club.
So you were, like,
Ah.
doing, like, the more hip-hoppy, like, upbeat songs where I was doing more of the contemporary, modern, like, more emotional songs?
Mhm. Those were nice to see.
Oh, thank you. I've been in so many, I'm, like, trying to even remember all in my head. I remember the first one I did with our friend Mathena, it was a Taylor Swift song, and we were wearing these, like, blue
Mm.
dresses. I love that dance a lot because it was
Ooh.
the first time I danced with one of my friends. Because before that, I was in it by
Aw.
myself. So that one's a special memory. And then also my last dance ever, it was with the same choreographers as the first dance I did with them, which is crazy.
Okay, full
It was
circle.
called, End of Love. The 2 choreographers, it was, like, their last dance together too, so it meant a
Aw.
lot to them, but it also meant a lot to me because that was my last dance ever at college, and it felt like the end of a chapter. So doing that one
Aw.
was extra emotional because it made me think of all my memories in college, all my experiences that brought me to where I am now, how much I improved, like, even in dance throughout college, because growing up, it was just ballet and
Mhm.
tap. My studio was very small, so we didn't have a lot of options, and my teacher was the teacher of all the classes, so she was like one it was like a one-woman show for real. I'm just so grateful that I was able to be part of something so special. But yeah, dancing.
Yeah.
I miss those days.
Dancing,
Yes.
dancing queen. And you're not only the dancer of the group, you're also the singer of the group, which is crazy.
Yes, I was. So, guys, watching Pitch Perfect inspired me to wanna join an a cappella group, and knowing that
Mm.
I was going to Northeastern, I did my research and I found out that the Northeasters is literally one of the best groups in the US, like, a cappella wise. I'm telling you guys, if you guys can listen to them on Spotify, you should, because 'cause they're insane. Like, they won the ICCAs this year, and that's, like, the championships of collegiate a cappella. They were 1st place this year, which is crazy. So, I was
Didn't
trying
they
to join
also
them. Mhm.
didn't they perform at the White House, like, before we came to
Yes, they
Northeastern?
perform at the White House. They've had some insane opportunities. They perform at every major event, graduation, commencement, convocation, a freshman year.
Mhm.
They were literally at every
That's
major
cool.
event. And so I was like, "Oh, I wanna be them so bad." I auditioned, and surprisingly, I make it to the callbacks, but I think after callbacks, because everyone was so talented, like, genuinely, like, in the
Mm.
auditions, I felt such bad imposter syndrome because everyone around me, they were releasing their own music. They were, like, full-on
Oh,
musicians.
wow.
Yeah, literally. So I was like, "Okay." And there's people from Berkeley because they allowed other people from other
Uh,
schools. I feel like there were 100 people at the callbacks, which is insane. And
uh,
so I was just happy to be there, but the process of doing that callbacks was so intense that honestly it deterred me from auditioning again, you know? So
mm.
then I kinda took a step back from my dreams of freshman year because I was like, even if I try my hardest, I'm not gonna get in because everyone around me has, like, 10 years of experience on me, you know, like professional
Yeah.
singing or doing their own music. So I was like, "You know what? maybe I won't do acapella then. So I kinda, like, let that dream go in my head, and
Mhm.
it was only until my junior year where I discovered a group called Mustard Seed. It's a Christian acapella group, and they perform not competitively. It's more of just for fun and also for the Lord, you know? That was the purpose, like, to honor the Lord through music, and that was 2 things I'm very passionate about, faith and music, right? So,
Mm,
when
mhm.
I found out about it, I was hesitant initially because it was at BU, and I didn't wanna travel all the way there, but eventually, I was like, "You know what? I'm a junior now, and if I wanna do acapella, I might as well give it another shot." Because I let this dream go for the last few years, but it was always deep down in my heart a desire I still had. So,
Mm.
I decided to audition, and I had to go all the way to BU. I was so nervous, and it was really weird because I walked into the audition room singing "When I Was Your Man," and they're, like, all faced to the other side, like, to the wall
Oh,
because it was a blind audition, but it was such a weird thing
please.
because I walk in and, like, there's only 2 people facing me, and I don't know anybody in that room. So I audition, and I'm just like I didn't think much of it. I was just so nervous the whole time. And then somehow, by God's grace, I get in and
Okay, she says somehow, but she's a great singer.
oh,
Somehow, yes, by God's grace, but not somehow.
thanks, Esther. I try to stay
Mhm.
humble, because I know I could always be better, and there's a lot of really good singers.
Mm.
It was one of the best decisions I've ever made. We did performances not only in Boston. My senior year, we went to San Francisco, and it was called
Mm.
Break It Down, and we sang with all the West Coast groups. So we performed at
Okay.
Stanford. We were at Stanford, and we heard all the UCs perform. By the way, like, West Coast groups are like they smoke the East Coast groups, not gonna lie. But it was so fun just, like, exploring the city, you know? I literally got
Mhm.
to spend, like, a weekend in San Francisco, and the weather was beautiful. That was, like, peak college. That was one of my favorite memories ever, and I'm so grateful I got to do that. I still reminisce. I look at those pictures, and I'm like, "Wow, that was such a great time in my life."
Aw.
But yeah. Man, so many trips in college, remember? Like, we went to New York City for my birthday,
Yeah,
my
that was so much
21st.
fun. We went ice
Yes.
skating. It was freezing cold, but it was
Oh,
fun.
yeah, it was. I think, like, thinking about all those memories and then flash forward to now, right? It's like we're home from college, our friends are all in different states.
Yeah.
Navigating, man, it's been so tough.
It's been interesting because my parents moved to Illinois while I was in college, so there's no one here that I know. Only people I know are from the jobs I've had, but, it's a little bit difficult to make friends when you're not in college, in my opinion. I think it's a little bit harder. So I'm just alone. I don't have,
Aw,
like but it's
you
okay.
have
I
me.
just I have you, but I just don't have anyone, like, a hop and a skip away that I can hang out with and get a Wally sandwich with or grab coffee with, which is difficult, but I got used to it.
You're someone who likes being alone though, right?
Yeah, I am more of a homebody and a
Yeah.
loner, but I like to be
No, not a
alone.
loner.
Okay.
You just like spending time alone, but you're never alone, truly.
Ooh,
Your family's there, like, you live at home.
yeah, you can still be a loner at home, but a loner isn't a bad thing.
Yeah, you're
I
right,
mean,
it's not a bad thing.
maybe it has a
I think it
negative
has a bad
connotation, but
connotation though, so
yeah. I would say I like being alone, but I like being alone by choice. Like, if I wanna hang out with a
Mhm.
friend, I want to have the option of hanging out with a friend.
Exactly, exactly. I know.
Yeah.
Making new friends in a city is really hard. Because even for me,
Mhm.
right, like, I moved back into my childhood home, but coming back, a lot of the friends I was close to in high school, we drifted because college
Mm.
happens, everyone moves away. It's really hard, and then also naturally, as you grow up, you guys both change in your own ways. No,
Yeah.
like, beef or drama, but, like, coming home was a lonely experience. I know for you, like, it's a new city, and then for me, it was kinda like figuring out community again, you know? Like, what does
Mm.
community look like post-grad? I think that was a very tricky thing that I was, I guess, wrestling with, and then on top of that, looking for a job, man, in this
Oh my
job
god.
market, guys, I don't wanna hear it because everybody everywhere I go, they're like, "I've never seen a job market so bad. So many Gen Z post-grads out of college can't get a job, like, blah, blah, blah." You know what? I don't wanna hear it because I'm living that reality right now with Esther.
You know what my parents' generation says about Gen Z? "Oh, Gen Z don't want jobs. Gen Z, they'll just quit at a dime's notice." Are they wrong? But,
Are they
Gen
wrong?
Z
Or I
Gen
mean, you're
Z
looking
don't
at
like
2 people
working
who quit
hard.
their jobs, but I see it from a different perspective. Quitting is not always a bad
Yes.
thing, you know?
I think quitting is very important because you need to know your worth, you need to know what you wanna do, and if you gotta quit, you gotta quit.
Yeah, because the thing is, you spend at least 40 hours a week at your full-time job, right? So
Yeah.
why wouldn't you want it to be a job that you actually are happy to going to every day. Like, I don't wanna wake up miserable every day, dreading work, having to bribe myself with, like, coffees and, like, food to, like, make
Mhm.
myself get through the day. I realized I don't want that to be my life. Maybe for some people, they're
Exactly.
fine with that. They're fine with not liking their job, but me and Esther are not fine with that. So, even though it was a hard decision, we both ended up quitting our first jobs out of college
Mhm.
for different reasons.
I worked at a bank. It was a teller position and also a banker position,
Mhm.
and it was not for me. It's just not the field I never envisioned myself in that field, you know?
Mhm.
And throughout the entire training process and working there, everyone was always talking about how it was a career job at this bank, and there's so many different avenues you can go to within the bank, and it just wasn't resonating with me because it was never what I imagined for myself, and I didn't wanna stay
Yeah.
somewhere where I couldn't imagine my future in that place.
Mhm.
So, I was crashing out every day, calling Selena in my car during my lunch break.
No, literally.
Because when I'm working full time, I don't like eating lunch because it makes me tired, so I eat, like, a
Mhm.
snack or something, so I have so much time to yap. So I called Selena every day, and I was complaining to I was just complaining to you all the time.
Girl, the way I know all of your coworkers on a first name basis and they don't even know who I am.
Yeah.
I could name all the people she worked with and all the stories because I heard about everything, you know? I'm telling you, the lore is crazy. Like, whenever you work any kind of customer facing job, you just really never know what you get, you know?
Yeah.
You never
You
know.
really
Like,
never know.
mixed bag.
One time, my god, a client came in looking for me. Allegedly. I
Oh
don't think he was in
gosh.
his right mind, but he was just it was scary. They literally had to put me in the back room because they were like, "Do you know this guy?" And I'm like, "No." And they were like, "Okay, he's asking for you and, like, getting aggravated in the office, so we're just gonna put you in the back room until the cops get here." I was like, "Oh my god, what
Girl,
is going
looking
on?"
for you is crazy.
I was like, "I don't know anyone in this whole state who could be looking for me."
No,
So after that
literally.
point I was like, "I'm not even a celebrity, who's looking for me? Like, why am I here in this place where I could get accosted by a customer? I'm gonna leave. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. I can't do it,
All for
bro.
what, like $20 an hour? Your life is not worth that.
Please." It was that was, wow. I was traumatized, I'm not gonna lie, for a little bit because it was crazy.
Well,
Anyways, I was calling Selena every day complaining, and I ended up quitting.
mhm. Or it was in summer, right? You quit?
Yeah, it was in the summer.
So it
Late
was actually
summer,
before I
September.
started my job, which is kind of funny because eventually
Mhm.
I would quit too. After I started my job in September, I was working at a expert network. Honestly, my friend had warned me about working there, but I didn't take her warnings because I
Oh,
think for
no.
me, I was just excited to have a job out of college. So
Mhm.
I stepped into the role intending on staying there for like at least a year and just like working it out and learning. But honestly, like 2 weeks in, I was like, "Oh, this job is not for me." And it
Ugh.
wasn't anyone I worked with. The people I worked with were really nice and they were great people. They were very hardworking, very admirable. But for me, I just felt very out of place there. Out of place in the sense that I knew that this is not the place where my skills would really shine, you know?
Mhm, mhm.
Every day I'd be working and then secretly I'd be crashing out in the workplace or when I got home. And and at this point,
Secretly.
I was calling Esther every day, either at lunch or after work because I was the one crashing out. So we kinda switched roles,
Yeah.
which is funny. That's what we meant by one of us is crashing out at all times and the other one is stable. I remember a month in, I gave you a call and I was like, "Should I quit?" Because I was honestly doing not well, like, at all. Like, my
Yeah.
I was crying a lot, honestly, and I was wondering why I was hating it so much, you know, because I thought it would be fine and I thought I could push through, but this job was so mentally draining. We were working for clients, and I was constantly cold calling people and having to
Mm,
persuade them to work with us, and I realized, like, I don't like pressuring other people. It went against my values, and I think that was part of
mm.
the reason why it was such a hard thing for me because I'm not someone if you say no, I'm just like, "Okay, like, that's okay," you know? But for this job, it was like, find out why they said no, and then try to convince them to work with us, and I'm like, "I don't want to."
Yeah.
I'm a very respectful
Mhm.
person. If you tell me you don't want to, then I move on. But this job, it wasn't like that, so I knew immediately that this was not gonna work. So then
Mm.
after I quit, I kinda struggled because I was like, "Well, what's next?" And I'm sure you felt the same way, right? Like, when you left the bank job, you were like, "What is next?" Because we
Yeah.
really didn't know.
Yeah, I was applying to schools, and I thought I was gonna get my PhD So that was kind of the plan. So I felt
Mhm.
okay for a bit, but then when I didn't get into a PhD program, I was like, my God, what am I supposed to do? So
Yeah,
crashing
literally.
out began again, and then I just started traveling to run away from everything.
No, literally. So first thing I did was visit Esther because she had heard about all my stress. You know what would fix my problem temporarily? Going to Chicago and visiting my bestie. When it was like 2 weeks after I left my job. Yeah, literally like
Yeah,
2
something
weeks.
like that.
I visited her in Chicago, which I've never been to Chicago, so that was really pretty and really nice. And I think I went at the perfect time because it was fall. So she took me to try Illuminati's, which is like that Chicago deep dish pizza,
Yeah.
which by the way, overrated, but it was fun to try.
Okay.
You like it? I feel like
I
it's so
do
good.
I do agree, overrated, but you didn't have to say it like that. All the Chicago people are gonna get mad at you.
Alright, well, guess what? I'm a New Yorker, so I have to support our pizza because our pizza is really
Okay.
good.
Can I just say
I'm a
something?
proud
I
New
went to New
Yorker.
York. I went to New York. New York pizza, overrated.
Bruh. You know what? I disagree. New York has the best pizza, and I stand by that because 'cause I've had pizza in Italy too.
Okay, Italy
Yeah.
pizza.
No, I take pizza seriously because growing up in New York, all we had in my town was, like, Italian food. Every time we went out to eat with friends, it was an Italian restaurant. And then in the
Mm,
city, obviously, like, we everyone knows Joe's Pizza. I personally really like this place
mm.
called John I think it was John of Bleecker Street, but they have really good margarita. They
Ooh.
use, like, a buffalo mozzarella. It's so good. I think I took you guys on my
Oh.
birthday.
You probably
Yeah.
took us,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was the place. It's so good. We did pizza and then I introduced Esther to Nando's. You haven't had Nando's.
Bro,
What did
Nando's.
you
We went
think,
there,
bro?
it was so good. We went there after we did the river tour, the Chicago River tour, and
Yes.
it was so good. I was chomping down on that chicken, bro. Like, don't even get me started. It was the chicken, the fries, the sauces.
Oh, yeah, they had, like, a whole sauce bar, like, different, like, levels of spice. It was so good.
Mhm. I like that.
And that
It was
boat
really
ride,
good.
oh, it was honestly one of my favorite memories ever. Like, I still have pictures from that day. It was, like, the perfect temperature. It was beautiful outside. The tour guide was,
Mhm.
like he was, like, this nerdy history teacher.
The tour guide was cute,
Oh, yeah. I
but,
remember you
like,
saying
cute
that.
cute in a personality way. He said that he had a boat that had 2 seats and the second seat hadn't been filled yet.
I remember
Remember that?
that. That was low key Riz, not gonna lie. Like,
That was
he
hecka
just dropped that.
Riz. Bro, I was like, "Okay, tour guide, I
Yeah.
see how it
Esther was
is."
like, "Imma be in that second seat."
Oh my god. I was glad when you visited me. It was within the span of a month and a half. So, Mathina visited Chicago, Selena visited
Mm.
Chicago, and then Lois visited Chicago. So I went
Yes,
to
all of our
Chicago 3
friends.
times. It was great.
Yeah, because she doesn't live in the city, she lives in the suburbs. So for her to go to
Right.
Chicago, it's like a whole trip too.
Yeah, it's like a 50-minute train drive. The first time I actually went into the city was when Mathina visited me, which is crazy. I just
Mm.
don't I'm a homebody, so I don't leave my house. But I like even though I don't leave my house, I do like leaving the state. I just don't
Yeah,
like
I think something about, like, leaving home and the problems is, like it's, like, very satisfying.
yeah.
It's, like,
I
what better way
travel
to get rid of it except just run away.
except yeah,
Bye.
just hop on a flight and
Literally.
go. I think I visited everybody after I quit my bank job. I went to Boston to visit
Mhm.
all our friends in Boston, and then I think from there I went to New Jersey, right, to visit Mathina,
Yeah, and then you visited me in New
and
York too.
yeah, I visited you in New York too, and then later on I went to Georgia to visit my childhood friend, so I was hopping
Yeah.
all around the place.
I remember at that time, like, I swear, like, every week you were packing your bags. Like, you basically lived out of your suitcase at that point.
Yeah, and I think after that I also went to San Jose, California for a little bit too.
Oh, right. That was such a random
Yeah.
thing. Wasn't it to see, like, the game?
Yeah, it was to go to a
Yeah.
Sharks game.
Ugh,
Yes, it was
you love
fun.
hockey. You
I
love
love hockey.
hockey. I actually really like hockey too. I'm just not, like, a crazy fan, but, like, I enjoy watching it a lot because I grew up ice
Mhm.
skating, right, when I was young. I feel like the rink always meant a lot to me. It's a special place. It was my dream as a
That's
kid to be an ice skater, actually. And now
oh, that's
watching
so
oh,
cute.
I just recently watched the Stars on Ice show from the
Mm.
Olympians, so it was, like, Alyssa Liu, who, oh, she's, like, the definition of a girl boss, honestly. Alyssa Liu, Amber Glenn, Ilya Malinin, who is literally known as Quad
Mm.
God. He did 4 backflips, that was so sick. Oh, that was such a special time because I feel like I was living my childhood dream watching them. I was like,
Oh
"Wow,
my
like, this is so beautiful, and this is exactly what little me would have wanted to do."
that's so cute.
So I loved it so much.
Didn't
But
you travel a lot too? Like, after you quit?
yeah, I did. So unlike you, I actually left the country, and I didn't stay in the US. I so as soon as I graduated, I was like, "Okay, this is my senior trip, right?" And I'm gonna in my head, I was like, "I'm working in September, so I have, like, this whole summer off and my only summer going forward." LOL, which going forward, it's
Mhm.
funny because I've had the summer the whole year. Anyway, so I traveled to Japan, I traveled to Taiwan, which is my mother country. Well, when I say mother, I mean it's my parents' home country. And then I went to China for the first time and Korea. So that was so cool. It was my first time going to so many destinations in Asia because usually we just go to Taiwan. My family's from there, so we have a place to live there, so it makes sense for us to stay
Hmm.
there. But I felt so happy during that time because Asia food, I'm a big foodie and Asia food is just something else. Everything is so delicious and it is literally so cheap. So like you could get a boba in Taiwan for $2 US, like 1 to
Oh, wow.
$2, which is literally insane because here I'd be paying like $10 for like a cup of tea. I have to like justify it because I love it so much, but I'm like, dang man, my bank account does not like to see me coming.
No.
So yeah, it was great. Japan was my favorite. I know everyone says it's their favorite, and I honestly I heard it was a little overrated, but I didn't think so. So when I went,
Oh.
we went to all the big cities. So we did Tokyo, we went to Kyoto, we went to Osaka and Nagoya. I loved
Mm.
Kyoto the most because they had like a mix of scenery and city, good food, and also matcha. So I loved it. I went a little ham shopping because tell me why my suitcase coming home was like half full of blind boxes. When I came back, my Smisky collection, it like quadrupled in size. I'm not even kidding. And this is actually when I also got into Sonny Angels, so man, it was
Those
really it was crazy.
Oh my gosh. I still don't understand Sony Angels because they literally don't have clothes on. Like,
I
why
know, I
not?
have to cover I like them with, like, cause okay, I'll show you one of them that I have. He's a little
Oh,
potted
that's
plant,
cute.
he's so cute. But yeah, I
I
like
like your
I like
one.
the ones that are clothed. The ones that are
Yeah.
regular are a little sus, not gonna lie.
Wait, show them the one with the shorts. I like that one. That one's
Okay, okay.
cute.
I have this rabbit one, it's from the Chinese collection. Look how cute he is with the little pants.
Yes. That one is cute.
Guys, I'm such oh, don't look at the back. Sorry, just the front. My bad. It's actually, clothes from another like, a doll thing, that's why I put it on. This is just my new collection. But yeah, anyway, so traveling was super fun, and I get home, and then reality sets in.
It's time to lock in.
It's time to lock in.
I had to get LinkedIn Premium recently
Oh my
because
wait, same.
really,
Oh my gosh,
girl,
bro. You know what? The
I
job market's bad when you have to get LinkedIn Premium.
it's insane, but thank God it's a free trial, so I'm trying to take advantage of it. So I'm just trying to reach out to as many managers as I can after I apply. But I don't like LinkedIn. I never go on my homepage on LinkedIn because I don't want to see other people's posts.
Yeah, LinkedIn culture, like it needs to be talked about more because why is everyone bragging about everything they did at school and their job? It always feels so performative. Even like when I comment on my friends, like there's a way you comment, you know? It's not just like, "Oh my god, so happy for you, girl." It's like, "Congrats, so well deserved."
Mhm.
As a business major, I had to use LinkedIn because they kind of forced us to in school. Literally part of our co-op training class was to like develop our LinkedIn. And
Oh,
it was like an
wow.
assignment we had. Yeah, because for business majors, it matters a lot. So obviously
Right,
I
that makes
posted on
sense.
it because I have to. But
Mhm.
honestly, the whole culture is so toxic. And honestly, I find it a little bit cringe because nobody talks like that in real life.
Yeah, it's so corporate.
Yeah, it is. I feel like when you're on it too much, it creates this comparison in your brain because you feel like you're
Mhm.
far behind. I only use LinkedIn because I'm looking for a job, but I try not to look at the feed too much because I think hearing about how everyone gets their job and their new internship, sometimes it could make me feel a little defeated, you know? I don't know about you, but
Very, very
yeah,
defeated. I avoid with a passion the homepage and the feed and the posts. I can't look at them at
yeah.
all.
I think it's just good for your mental health to like not because comparison, like you don't realize that you're behind unless you see someone more ahead of you, you know, or in your head more
Yeah.
ahead. But like, what does that even mean? Because you don't know what someone's actually going through in their life.
Yeah, exactly. There's
So
no
it's all
ahead or
fake.
behind, but it feels
Exactly.
like there's ahead and behind, so that's the issue, but
I know. I think that's the whole thing with social media. Like even with like Instagram, I feel like TikTok, I don't feel it as much because it's so casual. But Instagram, like I love Instagram. I've been using Instagram for a long time. Sometimes it's a place where if you go on it too much, you start to feel like your life isn't fun enough or you're not where you should be, you know? And I think
Mm,
that's not a good mindset because everyone's life is moving at their own pace.
exactly. I agree. I don't like Instagram because of that reason, but I do like TikTok because it's more chill. And
Yeah.
people
Oh,
don't post on TikTok the things they're posting on Instagram. TikTok is like, "Oh, I just went to the grocery store. Look at this haul or day in my
literally.
life," but like a chill day in my life. Instagram is like this new life stage has started. Like I went to Cabo or I'm
No,
getting
literally.
engaged. Like
Wait, oh my gosh, like, tell me why my friend and I have been texting, like, every day. Every day we're like, "Oh my gosh, so and so got engaged." Why is everyone getting engaged? I'm, like, 23. Like, hello? Let's slow it down a little. We just graduated. It's just insane. Ring by spring, for real. As soon as
mm,
people graduated. And on
by
top of
spring.
engagements, everyone is running. It's like run club here, like, why are we running and where are we running to? Genuinely, like, what are we running for? I'm just so confused. Why are we
Oh
all
my
suddenly doing
god.
the marathon? I didn't know everybody ran all of a sudden.
It's a shift that I saw happen during my last semester in college. It's crazy. I got Strava, I'm not gonna lie. I did start running myself.
Oh, yeah, you had a little era, I remember.
He has a little era that I'm trying to, get back into. Honestly love running, but I wouldn't join a
I
run club
don't.
because okay, running is great. You would like running. You would like running. Running is great. It's
Well,
bad, but it's great. And run clubs are so interesting because I think a lot of times in the huge cities, like in Austin, Texas or something, they run at night with like neon lights and it's like a club. It's a new clubbing. It's like clubbing and it's like where you meet people, like you date them, like
running clubs are the new dating app, I'm telling you. Someone said that once, and I was like, "That is so true." When you're running, it's usually with people around your age because 'cause you're going at the same pace, right? So everyone's, like, meeting people through running. You know what? It's starting to make sense why everyone's running.
yeah.
Navigating this space has been so crazy, but honestly, it's been such a blessing in disguise. I know one day we're gonna look back and be like, "Wow, even though we were unemployed during this time and figuring things out, we learned a lot about ourselves, and we this is a
Mhm.
time where we get to, like, start our podcast, you know, and do a lot of really fun ventures that we would never have time for if we were working."
Yeah, that's true. It
So,
is
yeah,
definitely a privilege.
I know. I feel like the grass is always greener mentality is such a big thing. I've been thinking about it a lot because when I'm talking to all my employed friends, they're all like, I'm a corporate slave. I hate my job. I work like 20,000 hours a day and I have no time to do
Oh,
anything
wow.
else. I want to quit. I want to find a new job. Right. And then on the other side, like you and I and my other unemployed friends are like, when are we going to find a job? We were like applying and no response. And it's like, we have so much time in the day and we want a job, you know? We're like dying for a job
Mhm.
while the people who are working are dying to not have a job. I realized, like, the
Exactly.
grass is always greener, and I think that made me realize you should appreciate where you are right now because this time in your life is just gonna be this moment, you know? You might not ever have that again,
Mhm.
who knows? It's important to make the most of it, and I think for us, part of that was doing something we're passionate about. We both love to talk. We were like podcasts, right? So No Cap Just Yap. That's part of the reason why we started it actually. And I think it's a beautiful thing and I'm really excited to see where this goes. But I want to get into our last section, which funny enough called No Cap Just Yap. So
Ooh.
we're gonna go through our statements and then no cap means we agree. Basically like yeah, like no cap, you know? And then just yap is like, it's just talk, you know. People just say that, but it's not necessarily true.
All right, let's go with the first one. Life peaks in college slash college is the best 4 years of your life.
Oh, I don't even know because
I'm gonna hope that my life didn't peak in college,
yeah,
but I will say that the highest peak so far in my life was
but
hypothetically college.
yeah. You know, I hate to have to agree that it might be a no cap for me too, because we were saying like college was some of our favorite years ever. I learned so much about myself. I mean, a lot of great friends who are still my friends now. I did some things that I never thought I'd be able to do, you know? I never
Yeah.
knew that I'd be able to be in an acapella group and travel the world. I think we had a very privileged college experience.
Mhm.
And the amount of, like, memories, I will cherish those for the rest of my life. My kids are gonna know about you know, they're gonna look at our pictures and be like, "Mommy, like, who's that girl next to you?" And I'll be like, "Oh, that was
Aw.
Esther, my friend, who I started a podcast with." It's just so crazy. But that being said, I don't like to look at life as having peaks, right? Because if this was a
Mm,
peak, then that means life only goes down from there. So,
right.
I wanna say no cap, but I feel like in my heart, it is just yap, you know?
You're right. I do. I think there's life is ups and downs, right? Filled with ups and
Mhm.
downs. So I think there can be multiple peaks, and I'm excited for the next one, and for the one after that, and the one after that, and the one after that. So that's where
Yes,
I'm at.
period. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? Life is full of ups and downs, and just because you're going through a down period does not mean, like, things can't change in a minute, you know? That's
Mhm.
something I have to tell myself because when I crash out, I'm like, I need to, like, put myself back into reality. This is just a little part of my life. Everything will be okay. The Lord is gonna work things out, you know?
Exactly.
So our next one is no one ever really grows up.
I'm gonna have to say no cap because
Mhm.
from all of the workplaces I've worked at, I realized that high school clique and mentality is still prevalent everywhere.
Yeah, even in the workplace, guys, I'm telling you, it does not
Yeah.
change.
So I wonder if grown-ups are just grown up because they're older, not because anything really changed. So I guess I just thought life would be a little bit different when we're older, but it's just the same thing, like rinsed and repeated. Like,
No, literally. The same struggles you go through in college are the same ones you'll feel now.
yeah, like relationships and
Yeah.
someone mean in your workplace or, anything of of that is just it's the same in any
Yeah,
stage.
it's literally rinse and repeat. For me, like, it is like, I agree with you, like, no cap. I feel like I'm still a child in my heart. Yes, like,
Mm.
outwardly, I'm a grown up and I have real adult responsibilities, but my heart yearns to be a child, you know? Literally, I just showed you guys my Sonny Angel collection, and that's just proof that I'm still a child at heart, you know? I still love collecting things. I've literally been looking for squishies with my friend. I have a Neato, guys. Like, call me a child. I don't care. Being a child is so carefree and fun, and I think people need to embrace that more because adulthood is so serious at times. I feel like everyone has this pressure to get it all together, but you know what? What would a child think?
Mm.
Follow your like, all the things you felt as a child and dreams you had, like, those can still be possible. We're all children, is what I'm saying.
We definitely are.
Yeah.
Okay, the last question is or statement, college prepares you for real life. This is definitely just the app. Where do they teach us about mortgages, credit, loans?
Taxes, finding a job. Oh my gosh. You think like going to Northeastern, which is like a business-oriented school, that we would have no problem finding a job, but it's so hard out here.
It is difficult.
And once they take those training wheels off and you don't have school to, like, anchor you down, you're like, "Well, what now?" You know? Like, literally, like, "What now?" So, that's what we're figuring out. I feel like nothing will ever prepare you for real life. That's just the truth. Like, college won't,
Exactly.
people's advice necessarily won't. Like, you just have to go through it. Like, it
You
is
just
what
have to
it
live
is.
it.
Yeah, you have to live it. We're living it now, and I know everyone else is too, but you know what?
Yeah.
It's a fun time, guys. It's fun, it's exciting, it's crazy, it's everything all at once. That's kind of what the 20s are like. Not gonna lie.
It's not about the destination, it's about the journey, right?
True, true. The most cliche thing ever, but it's honestly a fact. You can't speed up where you're at right now, so just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the grass because the grass is not always greener. That's just the truth.
Ooh, that was
Mm.
good.
Someone
Okay.
clip that. But anyway, we want to thank you so much for tuning in today to No Cap Just Yap. You can feel free to find us on socials at nocap.justyap on Instagram and TikTok.
We have new episodes every Thursday at 6 a.m. Eastern on Spotify, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye.